Maybe he can come see you because of your weapons.
Yeah, but he already knows that.
Am I gonna get in trouble for this?
No, you won't.
I don't have anything on me.
So they know I'm audio recording. Officer, I'm audio recording. So,
do you mind if we stand just listen to what he says?
yeah, you can go right for it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Totally into the Second Amendment freedom, and I want to know what he says.
I'm not gonna get in trouble.
Am I being detained, sir?
Dueling recording, just so you know.
What's up?
We're both recording, I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, perfect. I recorded that.
We're just talking about why he was walking down the street with weapons, and I'm curious to see what your reaction would be too.
I just thought, and I was like, you know, I'd like to know which you know, firearms you're carrying, and I was raised around them because I was in Colorado by my father. Sure. And I agree with at least having them on hand in case something happens, you know, home security in Colorado is in the mountains, so I had bears and mountain lions and things like that. And I was raised as a very small girl to understand that, you know, this is a dangerous thing if you don't know how to handle it.
Exactly.
And so, you know, if people are raised that way, I agree with having them in your house. I agree with, you know, have them, but have a permit, have, you know, do all the responsible things. Teach your children. This is something that is to protect your family. It's not an aggressive thing, it's a protection thing. And so when he walked by with these, I was just like, woo, stop real quick. I want to see, you know, tell me what you've got, teach me a little bit about them, because I'm always willing to learn. I'd like to know what's out there.
Just confirm he's not taking any of them out.
No, he refused to take them out. I even asked him, you know, can you take the clip out when you look at them, and he said no. Good. So he's being very safe and responsible.
So Mr. Druin, what he's doing is, and correct me if I'm wrong in this, but his intent is to come out and do public education and let people know he's exercising his right.
That's my understanding, at least, is to just show people, you know, this is what is safe. I don't know for sure, but that's my understanding.
Right. Okay.
I don't care what party you belong to, man, but we have a constitution for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I agree, and that's fine. Just, you know, we get numerous calls a day because of it, because not everybody understands or is comfortable with what he's doing. So obviously, knowing.
Well, imagine this guy walking through Ashland.
Already did. Actually, no.
Have you really?
Yeah, they got really excellent officers. They actually encourage you to do this.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. They actually came up to me, give me a handshake, thanked me, and...
Is this legal for somebody like me, or do you have to get a permit to do that? I mean, I own my guns, they're all legal.
I thought it was only concealed you had to have a permit.
I know concealed is different.
Concealed, you get a permit, right?
Yes.
But obviously, you know, as long as you don't have any criminal history that's going to bar you from firearm ownership or carrying.
Right, if you're, you know, on parole or something, you obviously can't have things like that. But I've never had anything more than a speeding ticket when I was 18. So if I were to walk around like this, would that be... That's legal?
That's legal.
And I wouldn't get in any trouble?
Now, do we have things like the stand your ground law in Oregon? The whole weird stuff
we do.
I'll tell you what, I will be happy to talk to you about that in detail when the cameras are not running.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because he has a habit of putting stuff on YouTube that I don't necessarily need to have my face out there.
I don't have any reason not to be afraid, but I was just curious.
Is it just audio or is it video?
It's audio and video recording. It's for my legal.
Oh, so it's both. Okay.
Which is why he's
I thought it was just audio.
has that obligation.
You know, I get a lot of bad things from Medford because...
So, can you tell me which ones you're carrying?
Is there a class or something?
That's a Beretta.
I'm sorry?
It's a Beretta, Peak 4 Storm.
That's a Beretta, and this one is...
It's an MP5 mod version, shoot 22 LRs.
I'm not going to touch, but can I just look?
Pay them $10 for a silly speeding ticket from like 2 years ago. And they've been so good about such a silly thing, but I've just been really broke lately.
Yeah.
So just be careful. But no, this is really interesting. I'm glad you stopped to talk to. Thank you.
Would you like a... I can give you a flyer if you want.
Huh?
I got Oregon Firearm Federation flyers.
All right, go.
Flyer would work.
Flyer.
We're on our way in.
Yeah, flyer. That's what I said. I would like to know more about them.
There you go. Okay. They're a local organization that has helped defend our right to keep a firearm.
Okay, I have a question for you. It's serious.
Yes.
Yeah, is this tied into the NRA?
No, they don't like the NRA because they went off the subject. And these guys are true, absolute libertarians.
Lost their entire
yes, their foundation.
I actually have to run back inside, but I have one quick question. Why do you have that clip full? Or at least 3/4 away full?
I'm not going to use it. It's just there for demonstration. I mean, why not have it just in case?
Why not have the bullets in your pocket?
But
why would you have them in the clip if you're not going to use it?
Because if some asshole drives up, how are you going to get them in there before you get killed?
Yeah, I mean, you'd rather have it than not have
Why
it.
have
what's the word? You know the word that says you'd rather have it.
Proactive compared to reactive.
Have it, not need it, then need it.
Exactly.
Not have
that's what I'm trying to.
Just like a condom.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There we go. Good job.
Have it, not need it, then need it, not have it.
Exactly. I just can't remember those words. They're so some
I actually got that from
So you do this a lot here.
Alien vs. Predator, AVP.
I actually go around every city to see what the public officers would react to and how professional and constitutional they would be. And actually, like I said, Medford was not the greatest. I mean, they came up to me.
Used to be
oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe it. Guard came up to me.
He was very much a gentleman about
Actually, he was good about it.
Yeah,
but you must
he
have
was
known
pretty good.
Right,
not the greatest, but he was
He seemed kind of a little bit.
He was a little iffy at first, right?
Yeah, I know.
My long hair.
What was your name real quick?
Oh, sorry, my name is Warren.
Warren?
Warren, I'm John.
I have to go back in.
Nice to meet
my
you.
name's Vixen, or Crystal is my real name.
Okay.
I'd like to talk to you more.
Sure.
I live so far out. I can't afford the gas to get into town unless I'm here, but I'm here every Wednesday through Sunday.
You got a pen?
Not on me. It's inside. If you want to step inside, you'd have to take those off.
No, thank you. I can't take them off anywhere, really. So all the way out here.
But if you want to like circle the block, give me 20 minutes.
Sure, I'll circle the block.
Come back here in like 20 minutes, and I'll be back out.
Right.
I'll write down my name.
All right.
And Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Would work.
Yeah, communication.
I don't really want to give out my number.
No, that's fine. That's perfect.
But no, I'd like to talk to you more. My boyfriend of 2 years has actually been in the Army. He's a recon sniper, had his own platoon. He went for 2 rounds in it for 8 years. And he loves to talk about things like this, and like I said, I've been raised around him. So I enjoy learning at least a little bit more every day.
Absolutely.
So if you want to come back in like 15, 20 minutes, if I'm not here, I'll leave it folded and tucked up against the glass right there.
It sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So if you're curious about laws and regulations, this guy...
No, I kind of am, because we had a murder on Dead Indian Road where I lived about 4 years ago. They still haven't figured it out, and I knew the guy, and I know what he did. He used to go out and just trail ride, and he took care of about 400 acres for a guy. The guy let him live there for free, let him build this nice cabin on there. 4 years ago, they found him dead in the middle of a fire, in the middle of his house. Whoever killed him had drug his welding tanks off his truck, which he never does. They burned him, they shot him in the back of the head, and at the same time they lit another fire. He was at the top of Dead Indian. There's, you know where the Keno Road is out there? Do you know any of that?
I don't know.
About 20 miles out, there's another road that takes off towards Keno.
Which direction is that? Oh,
It's
Eagle Point? Oh, that way?
And they actually lit a fire at another house 20 miles away to keep everybody confused about what's going on. This is 4.5 years later, and the FBI still has no clue. And all it is, this man, he went riding, and he rode right into one of the goddamn cartel's gross systems, and they followed him home. There's no other excuse I can think of, because we haven't had a murder up there. I've lived here like 32 years, and we've had like one before that, and it was a sex pervert that killed a couple kids, you know, and they took care of it well. But that whole thing is just flipped me out completely, and you know, I'm used to walking outside and meeting a mountain lion bigger than me, you know. They're a little different, but 357 stop a lot of things if you have to. But I've never had to shoot anything. I've shot in the air a couple times.
Yeah, just for practice shooting.
Well, I have 2 kids in the Air National Guard, both pilots. So these kids, they're 26 and 28, a couple badasses.
Yeah, I know a couple of them.
Right? That's my son flies on the private side of life. Flies drones, not the atomics, not the killers, but he flies the little ones. They got 1 meter wingspan. They do 110 knots. And his job is really to work with Marine and Ranger squads before they go into those stupid houses in Afghanistan where everybody's got an adobe wall. Well, their job is to go in and use all the cameras to make sure there's nobody anywhere behind those walls with an AK ready to kill our guys. So he becomes really good friends with them, and I said, well, we were safe because we can't talk when he's there. And he's just like, this is crazy. He said, Dad, you know what? I watched as we flew in, and for 40 miles in any direction, there's nothing but desert, and then there's a 5x5 double wired razor wire fence, right, with a bunch of badass Rangers with, you know, and machine guns at each corner. He said, you know, you really don't feel that scared there with these guys. Okay, I get it. Yeah. And he's he just got his flight date. In fact, no, he gets his flight date tomorrow for C-130s, special ops. And he's already fully qualified now, so they just knew he wanted to be a pilot. They just said, you know what, you want to be a pilot, we'll give you this spot. So, I'm pretty proud of them both.
Hello, hello.
Hi. What was it, Mike?
Warren.
Warren, I'm sorry.
Mike.
All right, well, it's hot. You go do what you're doing, man. What you're doing is right.
Absolutely. Like, exercise or right to bear arm. Absolutely.
Yes.
So people don't.
And when they
about
tell
it.
you you don't, I don't. You know, as long as you do it the right way.
Yeah, peaceful, respectful, smiling.
Hey, you know, just hand them a copy of the Constitution. No, hand them a copy of number 2.
Yeah.
Say, look, this is what they were saying. You know, I mean, the only thing that they ever love, you know, how they say.
On YouTube, huh? Yeah.
Thank you.
Interesting conversation every week out there. Huh?
Oh yeah.
My nephew posted it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that, by the way?
Oh, it's an MP5. It's the mod version that H&K made, which is 22 hours. I thought, you know what, $450? I gotta get it. It was worth it. It's so fun to shoot.
Yeah, I've got an AK5 that's a survival rifle for pilots.
Really?
It's a little one that folds up and it won't. It's a beautiful long little rifle, but it folds up. It won't sink. I mean, it's really made. If you know, I was a commercial pilot, and it's really made that you throw that in the back of your airplane, and that's if you run into that kind of trouble, you need at least something like that. If you're just hunting squirrels and rabbits,
Food, fly, that.
Interesting weirdness.
Yeah.
It's also in some ways, what you're doing is right. In some ways, it's scary too.
Yeah, it's scary, but like I said, I'm trying to normalize it. So a lot of people got paranoia problems. I'm trying to say there are peaceful people that have carry handguns, a rifle, peacefully, and they're not there to threaten anyone. They're just carrying objects. They have to look at the person. If the person being threatening and with the tool, yes, call the police, inform the police of this individual.
Good.
Yes. But when someone's just walking down, smiling, I smile and wave to people every day.
I mean, how often do you walk by strip club? Tell us about this.
But yeah, I've been going around every city. Like, I went to Eagle Point, Ashland, Center Point, Phoenix.
I still think Ashland was the weirdest, and you're saying it wasn't.
No, actually, there are people. They said they told me that there are people who carry AR-15s all the time down there, like a whole group. So really, yeah. So they see it all the time, and they actually are really respectful. They said, we just came up here, make sure you're sane, and then we just, that's all they did. So, nice to meet you, handshake, smile, tell me my first name was, and they told me their first name, and it was perfect encounter. All respectful, professional, constitutional, is what we want to see. If they see that they see a person being aggressive and threatening, that's considered disorderly conduct. Then they have a right to detain someone.
You're carrying a deadly weapon.
Yeah, if you're being threatening, yeah. But carrying a weapon that's not considered disorderly conduct is the person that is the what's the word?
It's the personality that's being exposed.
Yeah.
Are you drunk? Are you
exactly
not who you usually are? Are you doing this for a reason? And which you are, and I respect that highly. Especially as long as you're heavy, like you said.
Right.
This is a 357 and not.
Yeah, and like if you heard about California, they're the biggest collective state ever. They just banned carrying an unloading handgun now.
Does that mean you got to put the thing in the trunk, or
you have to have in a lock, separate the magazine?
Now I heard that passed.
Yeah, it passed. 2012. Guess what? You're stuck now. You're stuck with carrying.
Well, part of that, man. Imagine being a cop in LA.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's a stupid argument. But I mean, man, I think it's the worst job on earth. It's the scariest job on earth. And
well, why did it have to be so rude and aggressive to someone that's being peaceful and smiling and even
well, first of all, they've been taught to be the police. Second of all, the people they're talking to have also been taught to be as disrespectful to the cops. So you've got a standing.
But I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being polite, respectful, and I'm just making sure everything, like my Fourth Amendment, is protected. Like they can't just go ID everyone. Like, oh, you carry a gun. Well, yeah, I don't need ID either. Why? Because you might be a felon. I wouldn't be walking like this if I'm a felon.
Yeah, this is really intelligent. I'm the smartest felon on earth.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm gonna be serious protecting my constitutional right and everyone else's constitutional right. Like for example, I don't like the communists speaking out, but I'm gonna protect their individual freedom of speech, even though I dislike their argument. But I'm gonna be there to protect their liberty as I want them to protect my liberty as well. I just hope that
it needs to be reciprocal.
Yeah, I mean,
well, part of this too is, the government's got us all so scared of everybody else.
Yeah.
And geez, you look at all the other countries on Earth, and they've had a lot worse shit than 9/11 happened to them. And did they destroy everything on Earth, including all our protections? No, they didn't. They're still grown up. You walk through the Israeli airports, man. They don't have TSA sticking their fingers up your butt. I pump smokes, unfortunately, so if I had one, it'd be yours.
But yeah, I agree, man. The TSA is a clear violation of enforcement.
Oh yeah, and half of it's the guy that's charred off the scanners. Most of it, he hired a bunch of lobbyists to push it through. Yep. And if you don't have the money, we've fucked our government up. No, we've let it happen to us.
Our republic's turning into a democracy.
No, our republic is actually turning into a plutocracy, or a plutocracy.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, have you ever get out Webster's and read the dictionary for the definition of a fascist? Right?
Oh, yeah,
A fascist state is when corporation and government merge and control.
Yeah.
Now, what's happening here? As far as I can tell.
That's true.
So,
So it's becoming like an oligarchy, right? Yeah, okay, I get you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's just like the Romans. You know how the Romans used to have been a republic? And then went immediately into an empire and oligarchy?
Well, as soon as you get it rolling. Yeah, let's just throw some money in there and get it as corrupt as we can, and what happens?
Yep.
And we're watching it happen to our country, and it's like most of us are screaming in our heads, but we don't know how to scream
outward.
Because it's so hard to do.
I know.
And I'm sure you're a Republican, but I'm not. But most of and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but the Democrats, we don't, how the Republicans have this kind of a set of, we're going to do it this way.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of us kind of have it like we're going to do it 100 ways, which is really dumb in the long sense. You don't get things done that way. But we have a hard time choosing our battles because we have so many we feel like.
Yep.
Anyway, it's a pleasure meeting you, man. Go on with your work. Take care.
Absolutely, man. You have a good day.
Following grows like this around?
Yeah.